Here comes the boy. Hello, boy. Well. So if the Abyss has anything in common with the old patches and all of that, it's probably the fact that it's always been a little bit fucking annoying, and rarely, you find it very rare that it's chill. So in the past we've had different things. We had different things going from actors to wolves to probably one of the most annoying Abyss, which is, in my opinion, obviously the 3.7 Abyss. And that had the fucking tigers in it, the fucking mobs like that. That was probably the worst Abyss. So in my opinion, this Abyss still does not compare to that, because it's chill compared to that. But you're gonna see in this video that I'm gonna be dying in this fucking shit. And let me tell you, this Abyss is probably one of the most annoying things that I've ever seen. We can talk about the details here. And we have, so the first off, we actually have 3 Kenkis, which not too bad. I honestly do not think Kenkis are too hard. But in the second off, we just have sort of a DPS, which they kind of spawn in a weird rate. So, they make it in a way so they make you lose time. Do I think that's fine? It's alright. Like, Chamber 1 is probably one of the easiest ones, to be fair. And then we get on to Chamber 2. And this is where things start to get a little bit fucking annoying, because we start to get the Ice Wind. And this is like one of the ones that have the shield. So basically, it's the guy. Last time we fought the girl. And the guy is kind of annoying because he does do a lot of damage, because the girl does like a lot of damage with ice thingies. But you can definitely just bring a Bennett here, anything pyro, and it's going to get completely just shot on this guy. On these guys. So this is not really hard. Like the first off in general, I don't think it's really hard, to be fair. You just kind of have to have like maybe a shield or a really good Bennett that helps you out. The second off is where things get a little bit complicated. So out here in the second off, we have an Abyss Lecter. Yeah, this guy. And let me tell you, this is a very, we have 2 of them in this case. And these are just really fucking annoying. They're very annoying. And they can really be it can be a pain in the ass. So either, like I said, you bring a pyro, could be a possibility. I did it with the El Hatham here. It was good. It felt pretty good. I think I did alright. So you can just bring that if you want to, or you can just sort of, I guess, do whatever you like. But in my opinion, bringing El Hatham was pretty good. And that's what I did. The other guy's not really hard. I think maybe the F2P Pyro Agent can give you a little bit of trouble. So watch out for those, because they can definitely damage you. And moving on to the third floor, we actually have a different thing right here. We have a F2P Skirmishers. These are very simple in my honest opinion. They're not really hard. And in the other off, we have a Invoker of Fire, Frost, and Fulmination. So here, as you can see from the video, you can't see it yet, but I've actually used, what is it called? I have used, I'll 8 them, even though it's not really like something that destroys the shield, because we have a shield right there that's cryo, I believe, and we couldn't really break it. And so I used the Electro for that. But you can bring maybe a pyro. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna tell you about teams in a second. But I really want to talk about and emphasize the fact that my fucking teams are very good they have great investment in my opinion. And like the fact that I got shit on, it just sort of makes me feel like, damn, you know what I'm talking about. So like I said, the characters I've used is a simple team that I've used in the first off, which was a very quick and easy, using Kazuha right there, using a Shincho and a Zhongling and a Bennett. And all these characters that I have are all C6, of course. And apart from Kazuha, which that's obvious. But he does have his weapon, though. And I kind of struggled right there. I died a little bit, but I think the problem that I really sort of had was in the second off with the I'll hate them, maybe. Sometimes I messed up a little bit right there. But yeah, I think what really, really fucked me up, though, was not having a shield in the first off. Because honestly, the first off was very, very damaging. It did fucking fuck me up a little bit right there. So this is why I think you should probably, come here with, the idea that even me, man, I'm pretty invested in this game. I played for a while now, and I have pretty high investment characters, and I still died. That's what I'm trying to talk about. And yes, it might be my skill issue, which could be definitely. But the point I'm making is just try to watch out, just try to be a little careful when you're bringing. And what it'll really tell you here is I'm going to give you a little bit of tips, nothing crazy, but I really want to tell you that if you have a Bennett and you haven't used it in a while, this is maybe the fucking time to get him out, because you kind of like I said, the first off is basically made for whatever his name is. The new character that I put in the thumbnail is Arlecchino, which I'll talk about that in a second, but Arlecchino is the character that's probably like this floor is made for, because like this has Ice Wind, which destroys the thingy, the Magu Kenki. I feel like it's kind of like it's really good to use Pyro, because he does put like a little ice, a ground thingy, and that's pretty good to use Pyro. So if you're like me and don't have Arlecchino, just use Bennett. I did that. I did Bennett in jungling, and I shot on them. Although I did die a little bit, but I think that it'll probably be okay even for you. So if you have a C2 Bennett, Kazuha, that's even better. In the second half, though, I would say that you have to be a little more careful here. Now, in my opinion, you could possibly go with something like a fucking, what is it called? Like a Nouvellette with like an Aida, because I feel like that probably would have been good too, which I actually just thought about it, because I think it would be good, because you could destroy the fire from the Invoker, and you could also destroy the Fulmination with Nahida, and with the Frost, you might just bring like anything that's Pyro, or you can just break it off by just using like an Electro that you can bring, for example, you could put Raiden, if you want to like really overdo it, and I think that's going to take care of that for sure. So I feel like these tips can be enough for you. Honestly, like I said, this Abyss and any Abyss in general is never really worth it to get the 50 Primogems that it gives you. Plus, because like let's just say that you really want to get the 36 stars. Like, what are you really doing it for? Like, you're doing it because you want to see the 36 stars, because you want fucking 50 Primogems. Like, come on, man. 50 Primogems is not worth the time that you might be losing on this shit. And it's kind of like crazy, because if you're free to play, do not fucking lose your time on this. Like, do not lose too much time. Because, like, come on, man, it's literally, like, what, 50 Primogems? Is this really worth it? Like, this is just what I'm trying to say. Like, obviously, the Abyss is getting harder and harder, because, like, we're playing so much and so much more. Everybody is playing. The time is going on. So they expect you to get stronger. Which does make sense. But in my opinion, it's really not, like, it's not really worth it. Because, like, at the end of the day, this is a fucking thing that always happens. It's always going to give us 150 Primogems, so it's really pointless to feel bad that you can 36 stars. So the thing is, like, it's barely rewarding you, so I would say that if you really cannot do it, don't go crazy. Like I said, I did this shit because I wanted to get Arlecchino. That's the only reason I got 36. I mean, I always get 36, but the only reason I give a shit about was because I fucking wanted to get Arlecchino, and guess what? I got a D-Luke. I have 5 D-Lukes. And this is what I'm trying to talk about. Do not spend money on this shit game, because fuck this game, dude. Like, if you spend your time to actually get like 50 Primogems, you're probably like insane. Like, you're probably gonna go insane when you get like your fucking 5th D-Luke. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Like, I'm pretty glad that I didn't like 10 minutes or something like that. But if I were to take a long time just for 50 Primogems, which is definitely not gonna get you any 5-star, by the way, unless you're like fucking lucky or like literally at pity. But yeah, like 50 Primogems is not even like off to get a fucking one wish. That's crazy. And that's what I'm trying to talk about. Like, this game has no endgame content, obviously, which I'm not complaining about right here. I'm not like one of those people. I don't give a shit about that. But there's no point for you to think that this game has a reason to be this like annoying sometimes. Like, like, I'm just trying to get a character and I'm just trying to get like 50 Primogems. And I would definitely understand this if it were like another thing where you're like, it's giving me 500 Primogems to get to this whatever I want. It's giving me 500 Primogems to get that 36 star. But it's not giving you that. It is not giving you that. It's giving you anything but that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, this game is giving you 50 Primogems for that amount of effort that you're putting in. And it's kind of like getting mocked. You're literally getting fucking mocked out there.
The loneliness came back. Worse than I remember. I don't know what to do. Why do I feel...
And that's just kind of like what I'm trying to like tell you. Is like, do not really waste your time too much on this. Because I feel like even if you don't really get 36 stars, like, what's really going to change at the end of the day? You're going to get you're going to get like 100 Primogems. You're going to get overall like 500 Primogems. What's the difference? What is 100 Primogems more, or 50? Especially 50, man. What is it going to do to you? Is it going to change your life? I assure you it won't. I assure you it won't. And this is why I'm like kind of upset making this video, because obviously, you know, I'm not really expecting to get like a 5-star and to get Arlecchino, but like, man, like to think that I've done this abyss and I was like trying for a little bit and like got just fucking like D-Look, it just does make you think like this game is very, like, cause I was an 80 PD, bro. Like I was an 80 PD, like this shit took me a while to get through. So, like I said, I give you my tips, honestly. I feel like if you have any other like ideas, you can write them in the comments. But I feel like probably this is the only like, it's probably like the easiest way. Just use a fucking Bennett team in the first time, in the first off, and in the other off, you might just go with anything that has like a way to get rid of the fucking fulmination and shit. You know, the last boss. But everything else in the second off, in my honest opinion, is not that complicated enough to say, oh, like I don't know what to use type shit. I think it's pretty easy. I wouldn't necessarily think like that it's hard. So it's not a hard abyss, just a little bit annoying. So yeah, do not feel bad about not completing if you really can't. Because like I said, bro, I lost a little bit of my time till I died here, and I got a fucking crazy, like not crazy, but I got some a pretty good invested account like out here, because I wasted a little bit of time and money on this game. So you can't imagine if you're free to play, bro. I can't imagine you. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Maybe you're actually better than me. That could be a possibility, because I haven't played this game in a while, but that's just what I'm trying to say. So hopefully this video helps somebody. If it didn't, I hope that it actually brought you some comfort and some fun. And if you have anything to say in the comments, I would love to hear. And I have other videos on my channel, so if you want to watch those, I would love to. I would be delighted to see you there. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good day.